Hello everyone, we are going to continue with chapter 2 of unit 3, which is the integumentary system and its interactions with the other systems of the human body. Okay, and the course name is the same, that is systems of the human body and their functions. Okay, so before we start, let me tell you that in our last session we have learned that how integumentary system interacts with the circulatory system of the human body. In today's class we are going to learn that how the integumentary system interacts with the nervous system of the human body. So let's get started. So if we see the role of integumentary system, the function of integumentary system in the human body, okay, it's basically made up of skin, right? So it has variety of functions it has got variety of functions which includes waterproofing, cushioning, protecting the deeper tissues, excreting waste, and regulating temperature. When we see the role of skin excreting waste, we can correlate it with it being the secondary excretory organ. When we sweat, okay, what happens? We release excessive urea, salt, that is NaCl, and moisture through sweat, right? And also those are like toxins for our body. Okay, and when it comes to regulating temperature, during sweating, it brings down the body temperature, okay, in order to maintain homeostasis. And we sweat like anything during summers. This is to maintain homeostasis because it cools our body, right? And skin is the largest organ of the body. It is the body's first line of defense. So like it protects us from like germs which are all around. It protects us from dust, okay, it protects us from the ultraviolet rays of the sun. Right? Now, in order to understand how integumentary system interacts with the nervous system of the body, okay, we need to learn the concept of receptors, effectors, neurons, and stimuli. Without nervous system, without interaction with the nervous system, without getting messages from the brain, none of the body systems can work on their own. So, nervous system controls all the other systems of the body through brain, right? So it even interacts with the integumentary system. Okay, so let's switch to the next slide to learn about the same. That is the concept of receptors, effectors, neurons, stimuli. Now, what is a stimuli? The changes in the environment is known as stimuli. Okay, through eyes, okay, we can see whether the light is dim or it's like very bright, right? Through ears, we can know that the sound is very low or very high. We need to term it out as murmur, or we need to term it as like noise, right? So those are stimuli. Okay, now what are receptors? Receptors are the group of specialized cells, and they can detect the change in the environment. And where do we find receptors? They are located in all the sense organs of the body, and each sense organs have receptors for detecting different stimuli. Is it possible for you to hear through your eyes? No, because it has not got receptors for hearing, it has just got receptors for seeing. Okay, each organ has receptors sensitive to particular kind of stimulus. Now you can see here I have mentioned the name of 5 sense organs here, and eyes, they are the sense organs, and they can detect the stimulus of light because it has got receptors for that. Ears can detect change in the sound. Nose has got receptors which can detect changes, which can detect chemicals in the air. Tongue has got receptors for chemicals in the food, and skin has got receptors for touch, pressure, pain, and temperature. Now, which sense organ you can see here? I think the nose. So nose has got olfactory receptors. All right, so nose is the sense organ for smell because it has got receptors for that. Now olfactory receptors are around 5 to 6 million cells, okay, that detect airborne chemicals as smells. About 350 different receptors between them can distinguish 10,000 to 100,000 different smells. So it's quite predominant in this diagram, and it's quite clear from this diagram that nose has got olfactory receptors which detect airborne chemicals as smells. Now if you can see this diagram, the sense organs we can see here is the skin. Okay, so here they are trying to view skin under microscope. This is how skin looks like under microscope. Okay, so I said that, you know, skin is the sense organ which can detect changes, which has got receptors for heat, for detecting for heat, for touch, for pain, for pressure, right? So here you can see thermoreceptor. Okay, so this thermoreceptor senses heat or cold. Meissner's corpuscle senses touch. Okay, nociceptor senses pain, and Pacinian corpuscle senses pressure. Okay, so that's it. We are going to continue with this in our upcoming sessions. Stay attuned.